Sure, tell us more about what we're learning here. What are the details which are emerging?
So yes, in fact, now considering that details of how this app went undetected for so long, central agencies were trying to track down this app. There are n number of gaming apps that actually work parallelly on various Play stores, but most of these apps have a different and a unique modus operandi because of which they go undetected. In fact, details from Mahadev app have emerged wherein people were in fact taken from Chhattisgarh all the way to Dubai, wherein they were trained. Eventually they came back and there were panel operators which were set up across the entire country. This was in the initial stage of the app, following which all of these were trained in Dubai in technical aspects. The technical aspects that we speak of here involve how there were different WhatsApp numbers that were used, there were different bank accounts. Now most of these bank accounts were taken from people or they were dummy bank accounts. Some of these people were given commission to operate this bank account. They were given a particular amount, following which these bank accounts were used by the Mahadev app. Now most of these bank accounts were from Chhattisgarh, which means people they would know or people from a lower strata of society were being targeted over here. Apart from that, when we speak of the larger modus operandi here, what has also come to light is that there was only a WhatsApp communication that takes place. Now WhatsApp communication, because there was an end-to-end encryption, and also because if in case agencies want to get details of the WhatsApp details, they will have to approach several agencies and it's a long process that happens. So only a WhatsApp communication was being settled and there were bank accounts which were taken from people on commission. Now at various aspects, these bank accounts and these WhatsApp numbers were changed time and again, so that even if there's one WhatsApp number or a bank account that's placed, only a section of panel operators are bought in the radar of agencies, whereas others go unnoticed. There are 4,000 to 5,000 such panel operators which in fact operate in India, and apart from that they have their handlers, in fact call centers which are from Netherlands. Now this is so that the entire modus operandi is such wherein from India the entire racket is being operated abroad, and for agencies to track these details it's a long process, because from here agencies have to go seek permission from other agencies abroad, and that is a long and a tedious process. This is so that most of the people who were operating from here, who were operating from UAE, they would not be under the radar of agencies, and even those who would be caught here would go undetected, and there'd be just a section of lower rung people who would be brought under the radar of enforcement directorate or any other agencies for that matter. Also, there has been clear information that's come out wherein one of the people who were first arrested were ASI level officers. These ASI level officers would, when they would come to know of such a case being probed, they would work as licensing officers. There would be a particular amount that would be taken, that would be given to them as a bribe, and that amount would then exchange hands until the upper level, so that the app does not come under the radar. We have with us Sanyog Shelar. He's a cyber expert. We speak to him and understand. So we've understood this entire modus operandi. We also understand that there's a reason why these WhatsApp numbers are used. There's a reason why we also see there are different bank accounts being used. You have had an experience of dealing with such gaming apps. You've come across victims who've dealt with such gaming apps. Why is it, and what is this new trend of cybercrime? Why are these kind of scamsters or fraudsters resorting to such aspects, and how does it go undetected by agencies?
Well, this kind of operations which is happens very silently, like people who's operating this all operation, they don't want to come in the picture. So the way they target some people who like a very poor, and they can give their bank account and they can give the commission. So that way they operate the activity. Let's say for example, X company who making this all app and running this all operation, and they try to find out all the people who are like get small money of commission, and they can give the in returns of cash. So this all cash goes in Hawala manner. So there is no any tracking between like X company and who was working with this all operator activity with that company. Let's say that person get caught, so he don't have the like any end of person where he can get into and then give the evidence that this money has given to so and so X company. So there is no any tracking activity where they can prove about it. Like even our legal agency can prove about that there is such a evidence. So this activity of, if we talk about Mahadev app book, which is happening so long, It is before the corona. So it's come in the picture right now recently because of the wedding which is come into picture about the 300 crore, and that is the reason ED has come into picture, and now it's very famous. And if you look about the even promotion for the Mahadev trading book app, which is like a all celebrity, all like any actor or actress which is very famous in our India country, those are like promoting those apps. So when your role model is promoting something, so as a layman, you are for you those are the inspiration people. So you feel that if he is promoting something, so it's something very good. So as a layman, let's say for example you have some 500 or 1000 or 2000, you thought what you thought, let's put 500 rupees, let's put 1000 rupees, let's put 2000 rupees. If that goes, there is no issues about it, because what you thought, it will be go only 500 or 2000 or 1000. So nobody come to even to complain about the FIR, something register the case against those people. So this like activity when they want to play something such a game, so they see some kind of promotions over the social media app. Let's say for example Facebook is there, Instagram is there, or WhatsApp, of YouTube. So these all like promote some numbers. So when they connect on those numbers, they will respond you some applications, which is like a not registered application over the Google Play Store or App Store. So people get install that app, and then they will continue to about like betting something, like let's say for example cricket or any game activity, even the election, local election which is happening. So those also betting happening on this particular app. There is not only the Mahadev book app, there is various application which is available over the internet. Through that people can do the such kind of betting, and there is no get any evidence as it's no direct involvement about that company.
So here, like you told me that there are various such apps which are functional across the platforms. Are these operating only in India? Because as far as the sources have said, they're operating in various countries. I'm talking particularly about Mahadev app. It's operating in Sri Lanka, it's operating in Nepal, it's operating in Pakistan. There are dummy such apps which have been made similar to the app in India, and they're operating across. Why and what is this modus operandi? Why this international involvement, and how are all those dots being connected eventually to one particular person?
Well, this if you look carefully, those all who are the maker of this particular app, they are operating from India, but actual their whatever the operation you execute, this is all from the internationally. Let's say for example, any majorly booking, trading or betting apps is basically happening from the UAE, because there is no tax on whatever you earn. So people who transport the money through the Hawala, they can deposit in UAE. There is no taxation on that particular earning. So that's a benefit for them. There is law, legal agency, different rule as compared to India. In India, there is a betting ban, but in UAE, there is allowed. So people prefer this kind of international countries to do such activity. Now, why is India so famous? Why Pakistan is so famous? Why Sri Lanka is so famous? Because these are the countries which is like when we talk about cricket, it's very famous game in India. Even we talk about Pakistan or Sri Lanka. So like these are the connected countries to it, and other, if you look about the people, the mindset, and it's all similar kind of things. So they are very crazy about such a sports. So execution, these apps, if you see the India and Pakistan and Sri Lanka is very huge. So they promote all the activity here, and the money get transferred to the such a international countries.
Sir, you speaking of cricket or you speaking of betting applications, please for our viewers tell us what are these kind of gaming apps? Is it only focusing on cricket, or is it focusing on various other games as well? Because as far as the information that we've gotten from our ED sources, there were multiple websites that were being used and multiple platforms that were being used. This is so that there is no one way to detect that there is only one gambling that's taking place. This is my first part of the question. My second part of the question is something that you've already spoken about, gambling being illegal in India. Considering that gambling is illegal in India, how are these apps which are actually promoting gambling, how are they getting away from the whole legal bandwidth, and why are they not being detected so easily?
As I said in earlier my conversation, if you look over the carefully, these all get promotions over the social media platform. It's not getting installed through the Play Store. People get connected through the WhatsApp number, and the people who are on the other side, they convince to people, and they convince the people, and then people get convinced and they install the such a app, and then this app is no traces, because this app is not through the direct Play Store. So if even that app want to collect some special data from your phone, they can easily do it. You don't need to require any permission, because you already allowed that permissions, because you want to play that, and this is the way they operate. Now, your second question, like why this everybody is like a target such an audience through the India or cricket or any other sports. So this betting apps, basically not only the cricket, there is like a various games which is like a cricket, hockey. So whichever the country is running, so any particular games activity or tournament, so they operate such a way like advertisement, and through that it get promoted to that area, because when you open any social media app, it's promote based on the region wise. So if the game is tournament is happening in particular region, so they try to approach only that region only, and according to that promotions happens. So now if you look over the cricket is World Cup is happening in India, so that is the reasons all promotions happening here through that particular, and many apps which is available over the internet, like Lotus is the one of the famous apps.
So yes, that was Sanyog Shelar with us. We're speaking about how there's not only Mahadev, but there are various such apps who've been reaching out to people through WhatsApp or through a different platform and not Play Store, so that they could avoid the fact that they will need any kind of an answer, or they could avoid the agencies. Yes.
All right, Yasha, thank you so much for joining us.